welcome back to my channel. Have my coffee here. Make sure you get something to drink for yourself. Sit back, relax. I'm finally gonna do the Q&A. I wrote them all down because my husband's not here, so I can't use his phone. I could pull up my laptop, but I just wrote them down. Didn't take very long. So we're just gonna jump into this because it's gonna be, knowing how I am, I'm very talkative, so let's try and get through this as fast as we can. Lucy Silver, what's a few things you don't like? You seem so jolly all the time. Main reason I enjoy watching your channel. Oh, you're so sweet. I don't really know. That's kind of hard. I mean, there's like a lot of foods I don't like, but I don't know if that's what you're asking me. I don't like rude people. I don't like bullies, which is a rough topic for me. I kind of was one in high school, but not because I wanted to be. I was more of a bully when it came to like my sisters. Like, this one girl was picking on her, and I became like, my dad called me a bully, but I wasn't. I was defending my sister and my cousin that's like a sister to us, and this girl was constantly picking on them because she was afraid of me. So I don't like bullies. I don't like rude people. I don't like people that make fun of other people that have a disability. My youngest sister is autistic, and she has taught me so much on how to be patient, on how to accept people for who they are and how they are. And I don't judge people that have disabilities, even if you don't have a disability. Like, I can't stand people like that make fun of people that have disabilities. I can't stand that. It's one of my biggest things, because I have a sister that's autistic, and it's not easy, so I don't like it when other people make fun of people like that. I don't like mustard. I don't like teriyaki sauce. I don't like barbecue sauce. I don't like root beer. Oh, hate root beer. Just the thought of it. Stuff like that. So, I try to be a fun, I'm outgoing. I try to be positive. It's hard because I'm a pessimist, not an optimist, so it's really hard. But this YouTube journey has been so fun for me and really good for me, because I was very, very depressed before I did it, and with losing my dad and having kids, it was really hard, and this has been helping me, and I love it. Megan Nicole, my good friend here. Hey girl. Favorite book or series? So my favorite book would have to be The Child Called It by Dave Pelzer. It's based on a true story. I did a class project on that book my senior year of high school for my English class. I would not read that book again because I have kids now. And at the time I obviously didn't have kids. It would just be really hard for me to reread that, because I have kids and I can't imagine ever doing any of those things that were done to him. I could never, even a swat on the butt to my kids is hard for me to do. I don't beat my kids, but sometimes I smack their little butt and I'm like, no, don't do that. But to put your son on a stove and turn the burners on, I can't imagine doing that. I can't imagine beating my son with a dog leash, throwing him down a flight of stairs, putting him in a bathroom and closing the door and covering all the cracks and holes and filling the bathtub up with bleach. It's a very intense book, you guys. That guy suffered a lot growing up. He had brothers. He was the only one that was mistreated. He had to eat his baby brother's poop out of his diaper. It gets worse, so I'm gonna stop there. It's a very, very intense book, but I love it. He also made 2 others in that series. Privilege of Youth, The Lost Boy, when he had just left his mom's and he was like in foster care, I think. I don't really remember those ones because I read them fast and I was young, but I'll never forget The Child Called It. And then, the reason it's called that is because that's what his mother would call him. She would call him It. She wouldn't call him Dave. Lost Boy, Privilege of Youth. He was a young teen and he got emancipated. And then he made one afterwards. And it's on... I don't know how to explain it. It's called Help Yourself. So he talks about what he wishes he would have done back then and how to help you if you're suffering in that kind of situation, on what to do. He absolutely loved his mother, regardless of all the things that she did to him. And that was one of the biggest issues of why it took him so long to finally say something and do something, because all he wanted was his mom's love. And he just never understood why she was the way she was to him when she wasn't like that to any of her other kids. It's a really good book, but it is hard to read. Like I said, I just told you a few things that happen, and that's not even the worst of it. So it's a very intense book. My favorite series is by Serena Valentino. I think I hauled one of her books in a long time ago, in a Target haul, because her books do get sold there, and Barnes & Noble, so I try to find them at Target because they're cheaper, and sometimes they put them on clearance. But her name is Serena Valentino. She does a spin on different Disney villains or fairy tales, not necessarily villains, because like the Beast isn't a villain, but he kind of is. So the first one is about Snow White and the Evil Queen. The second one is about Beast. The third one is about Ursula. The fourth one is about Maleficent. Then Mother Gothel. And then the sixth one is about the three evil sisters. And they're these evil sisters that Serena Valentino created. And she is the one who is in all those books. So you have to read them in order. They're intertwined together. They talk about each book, you know. But they reference these sisters in each book. So she was the one who gave the evil queen, those sisters gave the evil queen the mirror to where she could see who the fairest of them all was. They gave Beast the rose and put the spell on him. Gave Ursula the seashell necklace that holds Ariel's voice. I don't remember what they did with Maleficent. I don't think they gave her anything, but they were a big part of why Maleficent is the way she is. And then Mother Gothel, that was a really good friend of theirs. They saw her as a sister. And Tangled is my favorite princess, and I love the story of Mother Gothel. And then she just made a new one. I'm doing a video, baby. Sorry, my son is right here. She just did a new one, and I don't think it's in the same series, but the cover looks the same way that the other ones are designed, and it's about Cruella de Vil. And the reason I say I think it's different is because they don't refer to any of the other ones. So that one you could read by itself. I mean, they talk about the three sisters once, I believe, but it's mainly why Cruella de Vil turned into the way that she did, and it's a really good book. That was the last one she just did, and I finished it in 2 days. I love it. I finished all of them really fast. So I love Serena Valentino. I will try and put her name down. Sorry about that. My son was banging on the wall. So her name is Serena Valentino. I think she started out by doing horror comics, and then she decided to do a spin on different Disney fairy tales. And then another series that I like is by Ellen Hopkins, and she has Crank, Burned, Glass, a lot of other ones. I have most of them. I've read most of them too, and they're really good as well. And she talks about the Sierra Nevadas, which is really weird because I grew up in Bishop with the Sierra Nevadas around me, and so like when she was talking about it, it was like really weird. But it's based out of Reno, or Fallon. She talks about Fallon, Nevada, and Reno a lot in those books, but they're really good as well. Her name's Ellen Hopkins. So, favorite TV show? Friends, That 70s Show, and Malcolm in the Middle. those are my top 3 like absolute favorite TV shows. I have a lot that I watch. Law and Order. I only like Law and Order Special Victims Unit. That one is one that I can watch whenever it comes on. Doesn't matter what episode. I love the older seasons, and I love the new ones as well. My whole family loves Law and Order SVU, but my favorites are Friends, Malcolm in the Middle, and That 70s Show. I was really bummed when they took Friends off of Netflix because I don't have cable, so I don't get to watch it. And I know a lot of people were glad that it was getting off of Netflix because it's on TV, but for those that don't have TV, I mean, like, that sucks. Now you have nowhere to stream it and watch it. So I just need to get all of the seasons of Friends. Maybe that's what I'm going to ask my husband for, and that way I have them. That 70s Show, I miss it. I wish they wouldn't have taken that off Netflix either. And they took Malcolm in the Middle off a long time ago. But I know that one's on Hulu. I just don't have it. But those are my favorite TV shows. I love Masked Singer. We're currently behind, and now we can't watch anymore. And 90 Day Fiancé. My mother-in-law got me into that show. I absolutely love it. We watch it every Sunday. My husband loves it too. Megan also asks favorite snacks. My favorite snacks are chips, sunflower seeds, and popcorn. Not really candy. I know I haul a lot of candy, but a lot of it just sits in the pantry, and it's mainly for my husband. I don't really eat that much candy. Patricia Kane asks, how did you and your husband meet? I did answer that in my first Q&A video, but like I said, hey, I have a lot of newish subscribers that probably didn't watch that video, so I'll just go ahead and answer it. We met on an app called POF, Plenty of Fish. That's how we met. He messaged me on there, and then we just started talking. We video called each other, we talked on the phone, and that's how I met. Robin Taylor, hey girl, what would your dream career be and why? I did answer this one as well. I want to own my own bakery one day. I love baking. It's a good way that I de-stress, is I bake a lot. So I love it, and it's my passion, and that'd be really cool to own my own bakery. My messy craft room. What is your zodiac sign? I'm a Gemini. 2 twins in 1. Cheyenne A asks, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? I don't have one because I don't like ice cream. Yeah, I know. You're gonna think I'm weird, but I don't. It's too cold. Don't like ice cream. It used to be chocolate chip cookie dough, though, when I was a kid. That was my absolute favorite ice cream. Where's some place you've always dreamed of going? I've always dreamed of going to Ireland. And Copenhagen, UK. Ireland has this castle that I would love to visit. They have beautiful waterfalls and scenery places, and I mean, if you've seen the movie P.S. I Love You, like, it's just gorgeous. All the cool pubs and the beer, and I love the accents. And then for Copenhagen, 2 of my favorite bands are from Copenhagen, and I would just love to go visit because a lot of their music, they talk about the places there, and I've researched it, and it's very gorgeous. And those are my 2 places. So UK and Ireland. What's your current favorite song? I guess my favorite current song right now is Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus. Don't judge me. I love Miley Cyrus. I love her music. I don't like all of her songs, don't get me wrong. Wrecking Ball, yeah, that was horrible. But she has a lot of good songs. And for me, I listen to the lyrics, not, you know what I mean? Like, lyrics are a lot. Obviously, I have lyrics tattooed on me. So, for me, Midnight Sky is a really good one. And one of my good friends showed me that song, and that's the one that I go to right now. So, right now, that's my current song. But normally, I don't have a favorite song because I just love so many different songs right now. But that's my favorite. Emily S., what is your favorite season? Fall. Mainly because of the hoodie weather and the cold weather. I don't like the snow, but I love like fall and like the breeze, and I love the color of the leaves, and I love pumpkin, and I love oranges. Like, I love the orange color of the leaves and the browns and the yellows. It's just so pretty. I love fall season. And my favorite holiday is Halloween, and it's in fall. So if you could go anywhere in the world, pandemic aside, where would you go? UK or Ireland? Favorite Disney movie? Nightmare Before Christmas. And then my other one is Tangled, because that's my favorite princess. The Hummingbird Nest. Hey Diane, how are you? Where were you born and raised? I was born and raised in Bishop, California. It's a really, really small town in the middle of nowhere. Fairly close to Yosemite area, for those of you that don't know. And then Mammoth Mountain, the famous mountain. You have to pass through my hometown to get to the mountain. But that's where I was born and raised. How many brothers and sisters do you have, and where do you fall in the line of them? So I'm the second oldest. There's 5 of us girls, no brothers. My dad really wanted a boy. He got 5 girls. So it's my older sister, me, my younger sister. We have the same mom and dad. And then I have 2 half-sisters that have a different mom. Where have you traveled to? So I've traveled to Mexico a few times. I don't remember the first time because I think I was a baby, or like Shannon's age, so I don't remember. The second time I remember, but I remember only vague parts. Like, I remember being at the beach. I remember going to this one hotel that had a swimming pool. I remember getting my hair braided because it hurt. I remember going to this like cafe market thing, and my sister asked for scrambled eggs, and they didn't know what that was. And I asked for menudo, and they were like, she's a white girl, she's asking for like the most Mexican thing ever, and this most Mexican girl here is asking for the whitest thing ever, scrambled eggs with ketchup. So I remember that. So I've gone to Mexico. I've gone to Colorado. Me and my grandma drove when I was 15 in the summer. So we did stop through like Arizona, Utah, that area to get to Colorado. And then I flew 2 years ago with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law to Wisconsin for a family reunion. So those are the only places I've ever been to. Where have you worked? I've worked at Burger King, Subway, Chevron, Valero. I worked at a hotel in my hometown. It's not a chain. It was called Mountain View Motel. I worked at Comfort Inn. I worked at Wiz, which was here. If you ever go into Five Below, sometimes Dollar Tree has it. Walmart sometimes has it. Kohl's, other stores like that, Victoria's Secret. So if you're ever like in the mall and you see little strips of paper hanging in between items, this company goes to those stores and they have to scan all the items in the store. It's like basically taking inventory for the store. I worked for them for a while. And then I think that's it. Oh, I worked at Kmart. And then I also worked at a care center for a week and a half. I was so bummed they let me go. And it was a long process to get hired there. They had to do a background check. And in my hometown, it's hard to do background checks. Like, it takes a long time for the results to come back. I had to do a drug test. I had to wear a long sleeve shirt. I couldn't show my tattoos. At the time, I didn't have my knuckles. I couldn't have my piercings. I had to take them out. And then a week and a half later, they let me go because of cutbacks. And I was the last one hired, so I was the first one let go. But I did housekeeping there. So, been a receptionist for a long time at hotels. I worked the graveyard shift at Comfort Inn. I was a night auditor. Chevron, Valero, worked at a gas station. Kind of done it all. Did you go to college or technical school? No, to neither. How did you meet your husband? Plenty of fish. Did you both decide on how many children you wanted in your family? No, we never fully talked about it. I never told him how many kids I wanted, and he never told me. And I didn't find out until we were pregnant with Leland and we found out it was a boy that I knew that he wanted to stop. But I never knew that from the beginning, which is fine. And I never told him how many I wanted because I never knew, which I still don't. Like, There's days where I want more, and then there's days where I'm done. But my husband's done. He doesn't want any more. Gypsy Gal, what is your favorite part of Dollar Tree shopping? I guess it would be for being on the hunt for wish list items. It's fun going in there and just trying to find things that you've been looking for. Finding new things. Like, I just love it all. I just love Dollar Tree shopping, period. Even if it's just for one thing. I never go in there for one thing. Well, I go in there for one thing and I come out with a million things. Alexandria Mares, how do you find time for yourself after dealing with your babies and your hubby? Or how do you find your me time? LOL. I just make it me time, basically. If there's something that I want to do, I make sure I have time to, like, I just do it. I don't really know how to answer that. A lot of people ask me that all the time. Like, how do you have so much free time to do crafts? Because my kids are so independent. They play together, they take naps. So, like right now, I'm filming this video and they're playing. Like, I have time because I don't have to constantly be after them for everything. Because now that my kids are older. So I make sure that I have time to do whatever it is that I want to do. If I want to make a craft, if I want to do a video, if I want to just relax and watch a show, I make sure that I just do it and that I make time for myself. The me time is the one that struggles the most. I don't get weekends off from my kids that often. So when I tell you guys that I don't have my kids for the day, like, I take advantage of that. I either go do some errands that I can't do with them, or I clean and do stuff around the house that's harder to do with them here, or I just sit and relax and really not do anything and just enjoy the peace and quiet of not having kids running around and arguing and fighting and the noise and the TV. So I just make it so that I have that me time. Carol Johnson, hey girl, what is your favorite place to vacation? I guess I would have to say to go home. Now that I don't live there, I love going and visiting and having the luxury of coming back here because I don't live there anymore. Don't get me wrong, it's a great place to settle down and have kids, but it's a very small town and it's very limited. It's very limited on what you can accomplish and like what you can do there. Stop. Like, my husband would have a hard time finding a job there. Even though he's a diesel mechanic, I think he would have a hard time. There's not that many companies like there is around here. So I guess I would say Bishop, going home. What made you start a YouTube channel? My husband. He didn't stop. He didn't force me. He just brought it to my attention. He was like, you always watch people haul stuff. I mean, you always go to the store. Why don't you start a channel? Maybe it'll be something fun for you to do. And I'm actually glad he told me about it, because if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have started a channel. I did it as a hobby. I didn't even know you could make money doing it, and I don't do it for that. I mean, it's nice getting the extra money and stuff, but I wouldn't, that's not why I did the channel, because I didn't even know until later on. It's a great hobby. It's a great way to pass the time. I've met so many great, amazing people. I've met some so not great, amazing people. I'm not gonna name names. Had a huge falling out with some of them, but it is what it is. And my husband was just like, just try it. And I'm glad he did, because if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have a channel right now. Elaine McCall, do you like where you live, or would you like to live somewhere else? If so, where and why? Yes and no. Like, the area we live in is great. I love our neighbors. I have no issues. We live in a safe place. But me and my husband don't want to be in California anymore. We want to be in Arizona eventually. We hate the laws here. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be things in Arizona we don't like, but there's just a lot of ridiculous laws here in California. And our governor is trash. Anyways, not going to get into politics. I don't want to be in California, and neither does he. And we both agreed on Arizona. It's still the same amount of hours that I drive from here to my mom. It would be the same. And that was the one thing I told him. I was like, if we ever move, I don't want it to be where my family has to get on a plane to come and visit us. I want it to be able where they can just drive a couple of hours and still get to us. So That's where we want to be, is Arizona. Kim S. I'm not going to say your last name because I don't want to butcher it. Sorry. How many siblings do you have? I have 4 sisters. How long have you been married? 3 years. Do you guys want more children? No. Sorry about that. Do you guys want more children? No. My husband doesn't, but I'm like in limbo. I don't know. WWE figure fights. What are your favorite foods? Seafood. Could eat it all day, every day. Sushi, oysters, clams, mussels, scallops, lobster, crab. I love it all. I love fish. I love shrimp. I love pasta. And I love Mexican food. I was, you know, born and raised with a Hispanic mom, so I love Mexican food. I think I would love it even if I wasn't raised that way. Mexican food is great. What are your pet peeves? I don't think I have that many. My top one is people that don't use their blinker. That is one of my biggest pet peeves ever. Sorry about that, my daughter was asking me something. And another pet peeve that's kind of the same, in the same area, is people that get mad at other people for not using their blinker, but then they don't use their blinker. My husband is notorious for that. He'll be like, nice blinker, asshole. And then he turns and, did he use his blinker? No. I'm like, that's a double standard. You're getting mad at the car in front of you for not using their blinker, but you just turned and didn't signal either. That's one of my other biggest pet peeves. Like, don't sit there and complain to me that you're mad that the car in front of you didn't signal and then you just didn't signal either. Like, no. Those are like my 2 biggest issues. Biggest pet peeve, not issues. Another one, it's gonna sound stupid, is people that don't put a roll of toilet paper on the thingy when it's empty. That's mainly like my husband. He'll just grab another one and set it on top. It's like, why didn't you just take it out? Like, oh, those are my pet peeves. And people with bad breath. People with body odor. I don't know if that's a pet peeve, but Shauna Ray Vlogs. Hey girl, how old are your kids? My daughter's 4 and Leland is 1. He'll be 2 on the 23rd of November. Eva Palmer, do you have any pets? You always talk about Shannon and kitty cats. We have fish and that's it. And I talk about Shannon with cats because she loves cats. She does want one. We want one, but we need to wait till we're in a bigger place, in an actual house with a yard. My husband wants a dog. But like I said, we could have a dog here. It's not that we're not allowed to. It's just, we don't have a fenced in yard. And I wouldn't want to keep a dog cooped up in the house all day. My neighbors do that, and I just feel really bad for that dog. I mean, they walk it and they take it outside, but he has to be on a leash. She can't run free and explore the yard, and you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to have an animal that has to be stuck inside all day. I know most cats stay inside. There are some that do go outdoors, but we have to wait till Leland's a little bit older for a kit, because I want a kitten, not a cat. And I just think that he would be too aggressive with it. So, but we just have fish for now. Crystal Pets and Plants. Hey hun, have you spoken English language or Spanish first? I think it was English, but my mom spoke Spanish to us from day one. So it might be both. I really don't know. I would have to ask my mom. But I think we spoke English first. And then as we got old, as we grew, you know, and learned, then it was Spanish, because my mom spoke Spanish to us from the day we were born, and we were bilingual because she would speak Spanish, my dad would speak English. So but I think it was English that was first. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for asking me questions. If you have more that no one's asked, go ahead and leave them down below, and I can always do another video. This is so much fun. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me. I mean, some of these were different questions and some of the answers have changed, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. I have a DIY coming up that I need to film for you guys, so I know you guys are going to be excited about that, because I don't do that many DIYs anymore. Well, film them. I mainly just post pictures of them. But stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I would love for you to be part of my YouTube family if you're not already. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.